You've struggled long enough. You've begged, pleaded, and prayed for change. And now, the message is clear. You'll never be poor again after this. Because after this moment, your mind, your energy, and your vibration will no longer match poverty. Poverty is not just a lack of money. Poverty is a pattern, a belief system, an inner voice whispering, "You don't have enough." But let me tell you the truth. You were never meant to live in lack. You were created by the divine, woven with the same fabric that creates stars and universes. Lack is not your destiny. Abundance is. This isn't about wishful thinking or overnight miracles. This is about spiritual law, about aligning yourself with the universal truth that says, as within, so without. Your outer world is simply a mirror of your inner frequency. If you raise that frequency to match wealth, wealth will find you. If you speak as the rich speak, act as the rich act, and believe as the rich believe, then wealth will obey you. So today, I'm giving you permission to leave the poverty mindset behind. You are not poor. You are powerful. You are not broke. You are becoming. And the second you command wealth with conviction, it starts moving in your direction. Wealth is not something you chase. It's something you attract. And attraction is based entirely on frequency, on the energetic signal you're sending out into the universe every moment of the day. You could have thousands of dollars in your bank account, but if your dominant thoughts are rooted in fear of losing it, in guilt about having more than others, or in anxiety over not having enough, then you are still vibrating at the level of poverty. The universe does not respond to your physical bank balance. It responds to your inner signal, to the emotional and spiritual vibration you live in every single day. When your frequency says, "I am supported, I am abundant, I am worthy," then money begins to appear in unexpected, effortless ways. This is why so many people who win the lottery lose it all within a few years. It's why someone can rise to riches and then fall back into struggle again, because their inner blueprint, their wealth frequency, was never truly upgraded. Money came, but the mindset remained rooted in scarcity. On the flip side, there are those who come from nothing, but because they tuned their energy to belief, gratitude, and divine confidence, they built unstoppable wealth from the inside out. That is the power of frequency. It bypasses logic, education, and background. It answers only to what you expect and embody on the soul level. The frequency of abundance is not reserved for the elite. It's available to anyone willing to raise their standard and tune in. Raising your wealth frequency doesn't happen by accident. It's a deliberate daily practice. It starts with the words you speak, the emotions you indulge in, the beliefs you allow to live rent-free in your mind. Every "I can't afford this" keeps you anchored to lack. Every "money flows to me freely" rewires your field toward overflow. Your feelings are fuel, and your thoughts are magnets. To vibrate at the level of wealth, you must feel wealthy long before the evidence arrives. You must dress, speak, and walk like someone who expects blessings, not begs for them. Because when your frequency matches that of prosperity, the universe mirrors it back to you without fail. You become a magnet. Poverty is not just about lacking money. It's a deeply embedded mental and emotional program, often passed down from generation to generation. From a young age, many of us were fed beliefs like, "Money doesn't grow on trees," "Rich people are greedy," or "We can't afford that." These phrases might seem harmless, but they carry powerful subconscious messages that become spiritual agreements. You unknowingly begin to believe that wealth is something distant, difficult, or even dangerous. This poverty programming gets locked into your subconscious and becomes the silent script guiding your choices, sabotaging your opportunities, and shaping your identity. Unless it is confronted and consciously rewritten, this inner poverty program will continue to manifest outer poverty, no matter how hard you work. Breaking this program starts with awareness, catching the thoughts and behaviors that keep you stuck in lack. Do you feel guilty when you receive money? Do you downplay your worth when charging for your skills? Do you reject opportunities that feel too good to be true? These are all signs that the poverty code is still active. The next step is reprogramming, feeding your mind new spiritual truths rooted in abundance, not limitation. This is where affirmations, spiritual teachings, and daily declarations come into play. The more you repeat, "I am worthy of wealth," "Money is my divine birthright," "I receive with ease and joy," the more you weaken the grip of the old script. Reprogramming your mind isn't about lying to yourself. It's about aligning with the truth that was buried under years of fear and conditioning. And perhaps the most important part of breaking the poverty program is embodiment, living as if the new belief is already real. You can't wait for money to arrive before feeling abundant. You must feel abundant to call money in. That means walking in confidence, acting in faith, and making decisions that reflect a wealthy mindset, even if your outer circumstances haven't caught up yet. The universe responds to energy, not excuses. When you show up as someone who believes in their divine right to prosper, the old patterns lose their power. Poverty is not a life sentence. It's a mental prison with a door that opens the moment you decide to think differently, believe differently, and act differently. And once that shift happens, your outer world can no longer stay the same. The program has been broken, and abundance begins rushing in. So now you stand at the edge of a new reality. The old thoughts that kept you small, broke, and afraid, they no longer have power unless you choose to give it. You've been given the truth. Wealth is not about effort alone. It's about energy, belief, and divine identity. You've learned that the frequency you hold determines the fortune you receive, and the mental programming you carry shapes the life you live. The moment you reclaim your mind, you reclaim your money. The moment you shift your inner world, your outer world must respond. Because spiritual law cannot be broken. It only waits for your alignment. Poverty was never your truth. It was a story someone handed you. But now, you hold the pen, and you get to write something new. You'll never be poor again after this. Not because of luck, but because of law. Not because of hope, but because of who you finally remembered yourself to be. Wealth is no longer coming. It's already here. Welcome it. Command it. Live it.